Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Stephanie. It's Saturday morning. It's June 18th. And believe it or not, I slept in till about 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. or 9:30, around there. Yes, I got up very late because I went to bed late. So, what are you going to do? You just got to go with the flow. I went to bed late because I was up auditioning for something that was presumably going to be a Tylenol commercial. Instead, it was an audition for a modeling and acting agency called John Casablanca's. But after careful investigating on my end and reading about John Casablanca, and following what these people in this agency presumably have been doing, to me it looked like a big scam, a big fraud. But more about that when we come back. Before I go, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers and to those just visiting my channel for the first time. If you find something that resonates with you, then please consider on subscribing. We'll be right back. Okay, so as we know, social media is full of scams. Full of scams. Now, John Casablanca is a very prominent, popular, and reputable model and acting agency. John Casablanca is Brazilian, from Brazil, and his family carried on his tradition after his passing. They are now known as elite casting and model agency. But like I said, because the social media is full of scams, crooks, and liars, and they do these things for many, many, many years, they become very, very good at it. Because they use the social media as an outlet to reach out to potential victims. I have been a victim in the past, but not in such a way that I actually lost money. I never lost money because suspicion is something I catch on very early on. And yesterday and the day before, just in case this was legit, I practiced my scripts that I was supposed to use when we did Zoom, presumably from John Casablanca agency. Notice what I just said, Zoom. Using Zoom from scammers is very popular. That's what they do, because they get to hide behind these things that they can reach out to you, and you don't know who they really are. These days, doctors use Zoom, schools use Zoom, potential employers use Zoom, especially during the pandemic, because it helped keep the spreading of the virus to a minimum. Even though there's no more pandemic, people are still using Zooms. Most of doctor visits are not using Zooms anymore. A very small percentages are. Especially if you have an interview out of state with a potential employer out of state, then you can bet that you'll do a Zoom interview. The sad thing is, crooks and thieves and scams and frauds are committed through these devices every day, and innocent people who buy into this lose thousands of dollars. So last night, I had an audition with John Casablanca's agency. Now, this agency is not a true agency or an extension of John Casablanca or the Elite agency. They are a fraud. They have some clips on YouTube with the heading John Casablanca. One of the ways I found out that they were a fraud was that they have very, very little amount of hits. They only have a few hundred hits. John Casablanca is a very popular person, a very, very popular, successful brand. These videos were done somewhat professional, but not so professional, because none of the videos contained any actors that are known or any models that are known. What this fraudulent agency does is use John Casablanca's name, and they use these people who want to be actors or want to be models. They use their videos that they make at their agency to promote their fraud and scam. Okay, I caught that on very quickly as I began to dig further. As I dug, I found out that a lot of people are falling for this, and they're losing thousands of dollars. One couple lost about $5,000 in about 3 months' time. They're very aggressive, this fraudulent agency, and people need to know about it. We'll be right back. So, yesterday, I spent about an hour and a half on Zoom with these presumably John Casablanca agency people, because they managed to round up about 33 potential candidates that were sought after through Instagram. When I first saw that they were looking for potential actors or models, they posted their advertising on Instagram. So I fed my information on there, just my phone number and my interest, and they contacted me about a week. And the first thing they did was they sent me a text saying who they were, and they texted me a script, okay? And they told me to practice a script because in 3 days they'll be looking for potential models or actors to participate for a job in commercial modeling or actor. So that sounded kind of good to me. But I had some feelings of reservation. Why would a big agency reach out towards Instagram? So nonetheless, I practiced my script, and yesterday I spent about an hour and a half on there because I had 32 potential people doing a tryout. In the beginning, they talked about who they were. They talked about who John Casablanca was, but they didn't go into very much detail. I found out who John Casablanca was more than what they talked about. And after my audition was over, they said that they will contact me within 48 hours to let me know if I made the cut. Well, it didn't take them very long. They make it sound like it's very critical that you make the cut, and that the ones that don't make the cut will just be told they didn't make the cut. But in reality, since this is a scam, everybody made the cut because they saw everybody as a money-making scheme. In the beginning, they said that if you're under 18, on these videos that you submit to them live, you have to be present with a parent. Well, think about it. Of course you do. Because if you're less than 18, you don't have the thousands of dollars to pay them, but their parents would. And they could care less that you're under 18. If it was legit, you may need a parental signature, but they don't have to be there with you. So anyways, it made sense that if they're going to steal money and make money, the parents are going to fork out the money. So anyways, like I said, immediately they contacted me and they said, "Oh, congratulations, you made the cut." My audition wasn't perfect, but it was okay. And I didn't follow it to a T, and I still made the cut. But then again, it doesn't really matter. They're scam artists. All they want to take is your money. Because when they called me back to tell me I made the cut, I wasn't at home. I was out last night with a couple of friends, and my phone rang, and it was them. They were pressuring me to find out if I want to go ahead with it because they want to explain to me what's involved. What's involved is you have to fork out $280, and then you got to pay $71 a week. Every week for 30 weeks. Because at the end of that would be the end of the first classes, which would advance you and get you going on to other classes where then you presumably will be ready for modeling and a possible career in acting. Well, check this out. When I got off the phone, I did a little research. Everybody who complained to the Better Business Bureau about this fake agency was that they lost money and they're not getting the training that they were promised. As a matter of fact, all of the training is done through Zoom. That means that you'll never meet the people, okay? They have a small studio, makeshift studio in Tampa, in other states like Texas, that you go in, you do headshots, and you do a little catwalk with some outfits, and that's it. That's it. There's no acting involved. None of their clients or none of the people who join them ever made a single commercial or was cast in any production. Every one complaint was that they never were called for any acting, no commercial modeling, no runway, nothing. And they all complained that they lost money and that they were filing lawsuits. So this was another scam that's going right now on Instagram. Instagram and scam, they rhyme. So be careful. I'm posting this video up immediately to warn people that on Instagram there's a scam by agencies to pose as John Casablanca. Okay, they're a fake and they're a fraud. Okay. Last night when I was contacted by them, it was about 10 o'clock at night here. What agency would be so desperate to contact me at 10 p.m. or 10:30 at night and continue to send me texts throughout the night? Right? All they give you is your first names. You don't know who they are. They don't give you your last names. Okay? I found out who one of the girls was. She lives in Tampa. Okay? She's about maybe 26 years old. And it's pathetic. It's very pathetic. But what I'll do is I'll post her picture on this video so you can see her right away if you ever want to check out my story. So that's today's video about watching for scams on Instagram, on Facebook, and yes, also on YouTube. Be careful for people out to make a quick buck, and they're gonna do it at your expense. I hope you guys have a nice day. It's beautiful in Florida. I'm gonna go out and grab a small little low-calorie bite. I have not had anything to eat the past couple of days with a lot of calories because I'm trying to lose weight. And I'll be talking to you guys very, very soon.